right? He's been saying this for since October. And so he keeps trying to build it, but he won't sign the lease. He's like, I don't like these terms. I want like 6 months of build out. And ridiculous.
Smash that subscribe button and let's get right into the news. Don't forget to subscribe. So many people watch this channel without subscribing, and that's a huge problem with YouTube right now. I really appreciate it if you hit subscribe and like before we dive in. All right, so today we're talking about Boosie. Boosie is currently under fire, but a lot of this comes from him talking a lot of smack himself. The issue started with a legal matter involving Caleb Wilson. Boosie used Caleb's name to promote Boosie Bash, trying to bring attention to a scholarship he created in memory of Caleb Wilson. Here's the backstory. Caleb tragically passed due to a fraternity hazing ritual last year. Boosie unveiled the Caleb Wilson Memorial Scholarship last March at the 6th annual Boosie Bash, a 3-day music festival held on the school's campus. His intent was good. He contacted the family and got their approval for the scholarship, but the family wasn't aware that the scholarship would be tied to the festival. Now the Attorney General is involved, and Boosie has to address the controversy. On top of that, there was a gun incident. Boosie was caught on camera with a weapon, but somehow he skated through it. Celebrity life can have its advantages, I guess. Overall, this situation shows how quickly things can escalate when good intentions, public promotion, and legal oversight collide. It's messy, and Boosie is now navigating both legal pressure and public scrutiny. All right, so 50 Cent is still trolling Jim Jones hard. He's pointing out all the damage to doors, joking, "There goes your deposit, buddy. Don't be sensitive, be diligent, move swiftly." It's classic 50, turning a serious situation into a mix of pressure and entertainment. There's speculation about whether he actually teamed up with the landlord, but he definitely has a picture with him, and unless it's AI generated, that's real interaction. On top of that, 50 Cent has footage of Jim Jones kicking down doors, trying to access parts of the studio he was building. That alone paints a chaotic picture of the whole setup. There's also some audio floating around. Apparently, Jim Jones originally asked for 6 months to build out the space, with the understanding that he wouldn't make money during that period. He even pitched deals like, "You get 50% of everything I do here if you let me build it out." Of course, that agreement reportedly didn't fully hold up, but the audio confirms there were serious negotiations and promises at play. Overall, it's a mix of chaos, clout, and real estate drama. 50 Cent is watching it unfold and making sure the world sees every angle.
Right? He's been saying this for since October. And so he keeps trying to build it, but he won't sign the lease. He's like, I don't like these terms. I want like 6 months of build out. And ridiculous bullshit. We also have a partnership agreement where half of what he's building now, his media, belongs to us. But he won't tell us how much he's making and doing.
Yeah, because everything with Jim Jones was mostly verbal. Honestly, Jim is one of the most impossible people to deal with. If you've never worked with him, don't comment. You won't understand. I've dealt with him before. Impossible. People don't like him. Cameron doesn't like dealing with him. Nobody does. He only sees things from his own perspective and thinks he's a bully. But really, he's not doing much. Back in the day, he pretended to be a street bully, but he got handled by true life. He didn't get real bullyish until he had a crew around him like Mel Matrix. Even then, they mostly just showed up and looked tough. They didn't really do much. Honestly, Mel Matrix probably deserves a refund for all that time. Jim also got caught up in the Tekashi wave, and even then it was all done wrong because of him. Look, I don't hate him. He's done a lot wrong, but he's also done a lot right. Jim Jones is a legend, but being a legend doesn't mean he's not a little crazy. And honestly, you got to be a little crazy to survive in the music business. Anyone involved in the game over the past 20 years knows that, especially in the early 2000s. From 2002 to 2004, I wasn't making much money, sometimes nothing at all, and I was still risking everything to shoot videos and build a career. It sounds wild now, but when you're passionate and believe in something, you just keep grinding, hoping it will turn into something real. That's the mindset Jim's operating from, even if it looks chaotic to everyone else. So, why be Disc Plaque Boy Max? Honestly, not a huge deal, but he comes at someone saying, "Plah, you a bitch." He could have just said he didn't like the song, maybe listened to it first, given his opinion, and left it at that. Instead, he reacted in a way that felt petty, like, "I'm sitting this one out. I don't like it. Don't respond." But he did respond. Black Boy Max dropped a song with Blueface, and he says people want to diss him. He admits, "I listened to your song, I didn't like it, I mess with you, I'm not apologizing, didn't do anything wrong." Then he adds, "People want to diss me, I ain't backtracking, I'ma be a superstar. They mad I got these trash bars." Honestly, it's a pretty lame response. He comes off defensive and confused. But to each their own. He's got a following, so clearly he's doing something right for some people. One thing you have to give him, no one was doing exactly what he did. The studio setups, letting people come in and rap, recording live freestyles, he took it to another level. Aiden Ross had people freestyling too, but Black Boy Max amplified it with live recordings, and that's a fair point in his favor. On a bigger scale, Young Thug commented that rap is in a weird place right now. This was back in December 2020, after the Kendrick versus Drake situation. While other areas were leveling up, hip-hop felt like it took a step back from that beef. It's in a soft spot, a weird moment, but it will bounce back eventually. The scene is shifting, experimenting, and trying to find its next wave. Sidebar, before I get into Kendrick Lamar, let's talk Lil Wayne. I saw some comments online, specifically from a guy named Lil Russell, saying Lil Wayne has no substance. Honestly, that's wild. Lil Wayne inspired a whole generation. Without him, you wouldn't even have artists like Lil Uzi Vert. Lil Russell himself admits he's inspired by Wayne.
People act like Wayne needs to fit a conscious rapper mold, but not every rapper is about that. Everyone brings something different to the table. There's plenty you can take from Wayne's style, his wordplay, his influence, his hustle. The Wayne bashing narrative over the past couple years is strange. It really picked up after the Super Bowl situation with Jay-Z. Kendrick did his thing, New Orleans expected Wayne to step up, and then suddenly people were questioning his impact. There's definitely an underlying PR angle. Money, influence, and the way narratives get shaped. It only takes one influential voice to start a narrative, and it spreads. Bottom line, you can't take anything away from Lil Wayne. I'm not saying he's the greatest alive, but he put in the work, changed the game, and inspired generations. He's a legend, plain and simple. Lil Wayne put in the work, no cap. At first I doubted him because he kept saying he's the best rapper alive. But you can't deny the grind. He earned that claim. And the only people who truly respect that are folks who put in work themselves. And I know I have. Now, Kendrick Lamar, he dropped a subtle diss at Young Thug on a track, saying, "Man, I gossip with my girl too, like I'm Young Thug too." Not harsh, just a little jab. Thug probably won't respond, but it's clever. Funny too. I don't hate it. Meanwhile, Baby Keem's album is doing really well, and Blueface, still riding with his girl, bought her a Benz. We'll touch on the Big U situation in a minute. He also got re-indicted on some serious charges. Smash that like button, share this video, and make sure to subscribe. Seriously, subscribe if you haven't. It's free, and only 20% of viewers actually do it, which is wild. If you want to run ads on the channel, right now I'm giving good prices since it's slow. Your support helps me reinvest in the channel, advertising, and content. Keeping it real, everything goes back into building the channel. No fluff, just